You guys know what time it is. It is Champions League match day 6 predictions. It's going to be a massive week because some teams, this is their last chance. If you don't win this, you're eliminated. For other teams, this could be the chance to secure guaranteed qualification. So we're going to see a lot of fascinating results today. I've obviously gone through mine. I've analysed the game so far, and I can't lie, this one is going to be techie. Now, what I will say before I get in, first of all, of course, subscribe. Thank you guys for 58k last night. We're very close to 60k now. If you appreciate the daily videos every single day, you will hit subscribe. You will like if you appreciate these videos free of charge. Now, I'm going to say one thing before I tuck in. As always, you know, prediction videos, I like to give a little 20-second yap sesh. Go to Fabrizio's Twitter and you will see exactly why I tell you guys, calm down, have patience when we're doing Champions League predictions. Don't ask me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because just now, about 10 minutes before recording, Fab Bomber just now has tweeted out that Mbappe is unlikely to play in this game. So you see, I didn't know that yesterday because that wasn't on the cards. Now we know. Now that changes our perception slightly. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's tuck in. We have the early Tuesday games to kick off with. So we're going to start. I'm going to just go in order. So I know you guys, you're not here for Kairat Olympiacos, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. And as much as I respect Kairat and what they've done so far, I'm going to go 2-1 and I'm going to explain to you why. I think Olympiacos, we spoke about Real Madrid for the last 30 seconds or so. Olympiacos, they scored some nice goals against Madrid. They had some nice football there. Kairat, here's the issue with them. Their league is finished, right? The Kazakh league has been done for a couple months now. So they're only playing Champions League. That can be good because it means you have, obviously everyone's fresh, everyone is fit. You've got 2 weeks or 3 weeks to prepare for purely Champions League games only. But on the other hand, a bit of rustiness, match fitness and whatnot is lacking. So it's hard to tell exactly how they're going to fare. But I think Olympiacos do get the win 2-1 in that game. When it comes to Bayern against Sporting, I think Bayern at home, pretty much every game is going to be a straightforward win for me. I'm going to go 3-1. Listen, I think Sporting, obviously in Portugal, are in decent form overall, like in the last few games. But yeah, when it comes to Bayern, you just know Kane's going to bag. And then he might even bag a brace or something, and then you might just see like Olise join in, or even like a Nabry or somebody will bag as well. So Bayern 3-1 win. There's not a lot to analyze there really in that particular game. As long as Bayern win the game, as per usual, don't go and put, you know, your entire bank balance or whatever, right? Because the one thing with me, I always say, hey guys, this is not financial advice, right? But I know you guys are going to be in the comments saying I'm risking my entire family's Christmas presents on this, so no problem. You can do your thing in it, but just put Bayern to win. Don't write any scorelines because that's a little bit silly. Now, we go to Internazionale against Liverpool. This one is a very fascinating one because, of course, we know what happened last time they met. There was the whole carnage with Lautaro showing up against a big team with that rocket, Alexis Sanchez red card and whatnot. Liverpool would have felt kind of comfy about this tie maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. But now it's the polar opposite because Inter are the ones flying. Liverpool are in turmoil. And as much as they're missing, let's say Gakpo, they're all going to say Gakpo's been rubbish, but he's the only one that's scoring recently other than Ekitike. Obviously, Chiesa won't be there. And now, of course, Salah, after his crash out, will also not be there. So I do think they'll scam like a random goal. It could be like, I don't know, Ekitike or Szoboszlai, maybe even like a set piece from Van Dijk or something. I'm not really sure. But I also believe Inter will win this game. I can see it being 2-0, honestly. Like, Liverpool's goal, I don't think will be like a, wow, this is like incredible football. Liverpool, you deserve this so much. It's more a case of, you're going to find a way to scam a goal somehow, but Inter should win this game because they are in the Champions League unbeaten in 18 matches in a row now. So I'd be pretty shocked if Liverpool now pick today to suddenly wake up and say, you know what, yeah, you're right, we don't need Salah, and then go and win the game. So I've gone with Inter to win that game 2-1. Barca, Frankfurt, big respect. These guys just lost 6-0 to Leipzig on the weekend, and I can see Barca putting 4 to batter Frankfurt into the Frankfurters or the Bratwurst sausages in Germany, if you will. Frankfurt will get a cheeky little goal because for most games now, I kind of expect Barca to concede eventually, somehow, some way. We know the defense is a little bit, I say a little bit dodgy. Jules Koundé, I don't know what's going on in that guy's head. The centre-backs are a bit dodgy as well, but they're lucky that, of course, Juan Garcia is a generational goalkeeper, in my opinion. But again, 4-1, I think, in that game. We move on for the rest of the Tuesday games. Atalanta against Chelsea. Very difficult to call. I've gone with Atalanta 2, Chelsea also scoring 2. Why have I done that? Of course, we know Chelsea away from home, Champions League, can be a little bit, a little bit questionable. I'm not sure who will start in the game. I feel like Estevao should be starting, every serious game. And it's a big chance for Chelsea, of course, to solidify their spot in the top 8. I do feel as though their wingers are going to be coming in handy in this game. Whether that be Garnacho and Neto finally being of use. I say finally being of use. You know what I mean. Obviously, Neto bags every now and then, but he's not very good. Garnacho is not good at all, nor does he bag goals either. But I think away at Atalanta, they might contribute something on those wings. But then again, they have to really hope that Caicedo can hold down the fort, bro, because it's going to be difficult with guys like Lookman and whatnot running at them and exploiting spaces and testing that Chelsea backline yet again. And I don't know the status of Reece James fitness-wise, so I've gone 2-2 draw in that one. Tottenham Slavia, very straightforward one for me personally. I've gone Spurs 2, Slavia Prague 0. Sorry, not 1. Slavia Prague haven't scored since the opening day of the Champions League, so you can imagine it would take quite some feat for them to score. Well, then again, Thomas Frank, you never know, man. I rate Thomas Frank, but he picks the most random games to bug out in, so maybe this is going to be one of those where he just completely capitulates. I don't know, but I expect Tottenham to win this game 2-0. PSV Atleti, another tricky one. You're going to notice here, by the way, guys, in my opinion, if you're doing ACCAs, don't put draws on. You can maybe do both teams to score or something like that, but draws are very risky. I do it sometimes, I'll be honest, but not more than like a cheeky little pound, innit? Because I've gone PSV 2 and I've gone Atleti 2. It's another 2-2 draw. I just feel as though PSV are capable of packing in anyone at home. Of course, we've seen, even what they've done to Napoli. I mean, at home or away, PSV are cooking recently. And Atleti, both of these teams concede so many goals, they score so many goals. It's unlike a Simeone team in the last year or two, where they've kind of been playing football this last year or two, I'd say. Whereas maybe before 2023, 2022, prior to that, Simeone was obviously known as the biggest terrorismo ball ever. But yeah, I can see a little 2-2 there. Go with like I don't even know if he's fit, but just go with like a Gustil. He always just seems to bag. And then Alvarez will bag for Atleti. And I don't know, maybe like a Barrios or something. Monaco Galatasaray, believe it or not, guys. I'm going for another draw. 1-1 this time. Monaco are at home. I have a feeling with how empty Monaco Stadium always is, we might see more Galatasaray fans in this stadium than Monaco fans. I think Monaco are always good value to score a goal at some point or other. They are very wasteful. Osimhen back for Galatasaray means I can see that at some point they will score a goal. I'm pretty confident in that one. Again, this one could go either way. That's why draws, if it's down to me, I'd ignore them. But if you really, really want to, feel free, do your thing. And we end that's the Tuesday games, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more Tuesday game before we go into Wednesday. Union Saint-Gilloise against Marseille. Guess what? One more time, I've gone 2-2. Because Union SG, like I said, at home, very, very formidable team, respectable team. Marseille anywhere, well, respectable is maybe not the word to use for them, but they're a very good team. And Igor Paixão loves to bag, Champions League nights. Aubameyang has been back and going crazy, hitting his 400 career goals. And a funny thing, actually, the last time these two met, right, I think we're going to see a golazo. This is my prediction in advance, a spoiler if you will. It's going to be for those of us who will remember, because do you guys remember the last time these guys met? Maybe you don't, because it was actually Marseille's first ever European game against Union Saint-Gilloise back in 1962, for those of us who will remember. We're going to see a goal similar to that left foot, like that. We're going to see a similar goal in that game. Now onto the Wednesday games. Straightforward for me, this particular one. Villarreal simply have to get their first win. I respect Copenhagen, they're a solid team, but Villarreal are still winless in the Champions League. A team that I respect and that I rate simply have to get the win eventually. From one team that I respect to one team that I don't. Ajax, the only team still on 0 points. I think they're going to score a goal. And guess what? Azerbaijan fans, I'm with you. I am going to be back in Karabakh to get the win in this game. I just think, guys, Ajax are just so bad. It is as simple as that. Karabakh, I've been saying, listen, I rate them, but he might not win this game, For once, I'm going to back them to win, which means they're finally going to not win this game, and they're going to let Ajax somehow come away with something. Granted, it's very unlikely Ajax end with 0 points throughout 8 games, so they might pick up a point eventually, but I don't respect this team at all, bro. I just wonder what Cruyff must be thinking, man. This is just disgraceful from Ajax. Over to Dortmund Bodo. I'm going Dortmund to body Bodo 2-0. Very straightforward one. At home, Dortmund, no messing about, no funny business. Straightforward, get them W's. Newcastle were actually the favourites against Leverkusen. And again, I want to reiterate, when I say the favourites, I don't mean in my opinion. I mean on those websites, when you look at what the odds are, Newcastle are the favourites. So that is what I mean when I say that, by the way. Leverkusen at home, they're a tough cookie to crack. And which means I'm going to go, it's a familiar scoreline today. They used to call me 2-1 merchant. Today, I'm a 2-2 merchant. I feel as though we might see, ooh, Harvey Barnes. But then Leverkusen, we know about them. They're very direct as well. When they get their set pieces going, they can cook from there as well. A little chic, header as well. So we'll go with like a, ooh, Harvey Barnes. And maybe like a Voltemada or something to bag as well. 2-2. But again, genuinely, I know I keep on saying it, but anything can happen because there is so much at stake on the line here. Benfica Napoli. This one, the odds fascinated me. So Benfica are favourites against Napoli. Obviously, Napoli in the last 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks maybe, they've been flying, right? Even in Champions League, they finally got their first win. The issue for me, Antonio Conte, he's still on tag. He's under house arrest still. I need to see if you can prove that you can behave properly in Champions League. Was that last win a fluke win? We're yet to see that, and so I can't fully go all out on back Napoli yet, and therefore I'm going to be going Benfica 1, Napoli 1 as well. I think Neres has been flying. Obviously Diego Armando Martomene has been moving how he's moving. Jose at home, he will not be wanting to lose to Napoli, or to anyone rather, but to Conte. Jose and Conte, they got a little bit of history, shall we say, so that should be a fascinating battle. But I think, 1-1 is a pretty fair result. Benfica just missed far too many chances for me to put them more than one goal. Another team that missed a lot of chances, we've got Juve against Paphos. I think they'll pattern a calm 2-1 win. We'll go with like a Yildiz goal, maybe Openda with like a random, meaty, fluky, jammy goal or something like that. But they'll just about get the win. Maybe 3-1, maybe 2-0. Juventus to win this game. Paphos might score, they might not. I'm not really certain. Now, this next game, this one is avoid at all costs. Whatever you do, stay clear, because Club Brugge, as we've said from the start, at home, they can slap anyone's head. So when you're playing against a team, of course they are in, very low down in the table right now, right? But Arsenal are currently 100% record, the only team left that have won every single game. They will rotate heavily. We've seen how Arsenal suffered, against Aston Villa, against Sunderland, against Chelsea even, with the lack of rotation, playing Rice Mendy every single game. Of course, we know how good they are, but eventually you're going to get tired. You're going to get a bit found out. And at some point, they have to trust Norgard. They have to trust, I don't know, whoever else to get some minutes. And I think this will be heavy rotation for Arsenal, given that they're almost certain to qualify anyway. So I was going to say, whatever you do, don't watch this game. But to be fair, I'm sure you won't, because there's Real Madrid City on at the same time. So no worries about that one. But I am going to go Club Brugge to score 1. Again, we know how dangerous they are. This could be 2. This could be anything. I've gone Arsenal to also score 1 goal. If you had to push me for a winner, I genuinely couldn't tell you. It will be a coin flip. It just depends on who plays. That is the issue. I don't know the team lineups, and that's one thing that I can never factor in, right? It's Wednesday night, so I don't know what Arteta's going to do. That's why I'm going to just say, you know what, please avoid it. When it's wrong, don't come and say, oh, but I put 1-1. Why did you tell me 1-1? I don't know how strong Arsenal intends to go. If Arsenal go full strength, then they win this game 2-1. If they rest far too much, Brugge win this game. So that's why I've gone, middle ground. Bilbao PSG. Bilbao will score a goal, probably. Not very good in attack at all. So if PSG keep a clean sheet, it wouldn't shock me. But I think Nico Williams, if he's playing, that is, will deliver something. He's like a one-man team right now. But PSG do go and get 2 goals. And now, like I said at the start of the video, Fabrizio Bomba has just said that Mbappe is potentially out of this match. The most important player. The one that made me think, you know what? As bad as Madrid have been, Mbappe Champions League nights at the Bernabeu could deliver something crazy. If he's not playing, I'm afraid it's Real Madrid 1, Man City 2. I just think this last game for Madrid has really opened a lot of eyes to the fact that, yeah, they were top of the league, but some of the performances were really, really bad, just like Mbappe carry jobs. The midfield is lacking in control, and the defense. I'm not gonna say the defense have been stinking, but like just so many reckless choices, and now like injuries and suspensions and whatnot. Obviously in the league I'm talking about with the suspensions and that, but regardless, I just think the defense is a bit all over the place right now, right? You got like Asensio playing there, you got 2 left backs, you got 1 centre back here, someone playing at the right back. I think that's food for Haaland to exploit. Haaland will score his goal. Foden and Shirky, if they play, if Pep's brave and plays them both, I'm not sure he will. I think Foden will start. I think Shirky will come off the bench minute 60, 65. But either way, I think Shirky will have an impact on this game, given how poor Real Madrid are with their midfield control. Madrid's goal scorer, I didn't really think about that one too tough, to be honest with you. I don't know who's going to play up front then. Will it be a Gonzalo Garcia thing? Might Endrick finally play a game? Who knows? I'm going to go Vinny to get a goal or something like that, bro. But yeah, I just think without Mbappe, there's just far too much to do. Maybe they gel even more without him. I have no idea. Let me know, guys. What are your score predictions? Who do you guys think will win in the big games? Let's say Madrid, City, Inter against Liverpool, Atalanta, Chelsea, so on and so forth. And of course, if you appreciate these daily videos, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Road to 60k. Can we squeeze that by Christmas? I think we can squeeze that by Christmas. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the Champions League. I'll be back tonight with my review of the Tuesday fixtures. In a bit. Bosh.